We have the privilege today to interview Mr. Sunil Bhati Mittal, who is Chairman and Group Managing Director of Bhati Enterprises in India. Sunil, thank you for agreeing to be interviewed. You're also co-chair of the annual meeting 2007, which this year is being held under the theme Shaping the Global Agenda, the Shifting Power Equation. And I just wanted to get your thoughts on what exactly the shifting power equation is and how is it impacting your industry and also the world?
Well, very clearly, I think this theme recognizes the power of emerging markets now, especially in Asia, China, India, East European countries, Russia as a whole. And you're seeing a shift of economic activities. And given that 1 in 6 is in India and another 1 in 6, that is 2 out of 6 people live in Asia, in China and India, make a new mix of economic momentum in the world. And to my mind, what we are witnessing back home in India really suggests that in the next 10 years, India is going to witness 8, 9 and even 10% and beyond growth, making it one of the most important economies of the world. In specific to my industry, India is adding about 7 million mobile phones a month, and that suggests the economic momentum of that country. And these 7 million are not affluent people, obviously. As you know, India has a large amount of people who are at a lower end of the economic stratum of society, and the fact is 80-90% of the 7 million are coming from that lot, which suggests that the income levels are rising, poverty is going down, and I would say, as a metaphor, mobile phones can be used to gauge the economic strength of a country.
Well, if we turn to continue looking at India in particular, what would you say are India's primary growth challenges, particularly with respect to job creation and also ensuring greater equity between rural and urban development?
I think that's a very important point. India, as you know, is a nation of 1.1 billion people, and more than half of them are under the age of 25 years. That's a great asset. At the same time, it's a big challenge as well. There are 300 million people in India who are between the age of 6 and 16 today. In 10 years' time, they'll be between 16 and 26. Will India have jobs for them? Will India have opportunity for all these 300 million people? Most of them will not go through a school. Will they have skill sets to engage themselves in the society? I think that's a challenge. If we can use this human asset, then India is unstoppable on the global stage. So I think the challenge is, and mostly in rural areas, most of these people lie there, we need to ensure there are education opportunities available, there are vocational skill set training available to these people.
I'd like to come back to technology, which you mentioned before as one of the arenas where the power is certainly shifting, and look again at mobile technology and how that could drive growth.
Well, technology will always be a tool for emerging markets to jumpstart their economies and leverage their strengths that they have. Take the case of telecom. Today, with 150, 160 million mobile phones, India has already made the country much more connected than ever before. You can possibly in the very near future transfer monies. People who have never gone to a bank will never need to see a bank. They can use banking from the mobile phones. People will not need credit cards in the future. Music is moving into mobile phones. So it is becoming a ubiquitous tool in the hands of the rich and the poor at the same time. I personally believe India must leverage IT, technology, to become a major economic force to reckon with in the world stage.
As ever more Indian firms go global, what has been the primary lesson that you've learned from your experience with Bhati Enterprises, and as you've also entered into international deals?
Well, I think India is today showing a resilience in terms of now having the confidence to move outside India. Tata is making bids for steel companies. They've gone and acquired hotels. We have got 2 licenses in Europe to do mobile phones. We've just moved into Sri Lanka with another license. So the confidence is there. The money is available to Indian firms to go out. Some of the Indian management techniques and business models are relevant to the world, especially because they are low cost and high quality. And I think what is missing will be the understanding of different cultures, understanding of different needs and demands of the market. That's where it will be wise for India to hire management teams, management consultants from those respective countries to move forward.
And in your particular growth story, which is astounding, are those the kind of top pointers that you would give to your colleagues and, in fact, people around the world if they want to grow and continue their growth story?
Without a doubt, I think this is the time for everybody to be brave and bold and make big bets. The fact is, the consumption pattern in the world is rising all over. Even in the countries where we are seeing that the growth is not so large, the consumption pattern is moving up. So this will be the time to create capacities. This is the time to have land grab, have bigger opportunities, and play on a bigger scale.
And one final question. If we look specifically at the annual meeting and the issues that are going to be on the Davos agenda, what projects and initiatives are you involved with? Are you involved in with the World Economic Forum, where you feel that you're able to push for responses and solutions to some of the issues that are on the Davos agenda?
I think very clearly one area is to kickstart the Doha round. How can the world come back onto the trading table for a multilateral, globally aligned business agenda? I think that will become one important point. Another point from populated countries like India would be movement of people. It's very essential that there's a free movement of people, and as we seek more trade with each other, the restrictions on people to move around and do businesses need to go down. And I think finally the agriculture subsidies. If people need greater access to markets like India, India must also have the benefit of putting its produce outside, and that can only happen if the deep, large subsidies given by Western nations is taken down.
Thank you very much, Sunil, for agreeing to be interviewed with us, and I wish you a good annual meeting.
Thank you. The very best.